Sashisen pat khuble ye fi baro bat phi dang ye pe ye ka khubor jong Mawphor habegin ya chaprang bat ka khubor hakani ka por tungin ye pe ye ki mat ke bakongsan jong ko khubor kumne kirai bakongsan balashim na ka kanhon mentri menha kasngi arfnyau tri ujleo araja arfar nalor ka umlengka nongse on pahu kumba arphot ligish nong bahap CST penbana mentri rangba jet party ka UCPF man penyang ya ukurtong na umsning Penyaso NPP bon kinong elam na kishnong baper hakithain khapot ka jirang constituency. Lapli perda ya ka inter-school Subroto Mukherjee Cup football tournament hamau kruat.
As you're aware that we had a cabinet meeting today and some very, very important agendas were taken up in the cabinet and approved in the cabinet today. First, it was decided in the cabinet that the overall board structure of the MECL and its subsidiary companies will be restructured. It has been decided that the post of chairman and the post of MD of the MECL, which is the holding company, will be segregated. The government has also decided that there will be a full-time managing director of MECL, the holding company, and the full-time MD can be somebody who is from the IAS cadre or can be a lateral entry, a technocrat who will be selected through a transparent process. The MD who will be the person who will be the MD of the MECL holding company shall also be the MD of the MEPGCL, which is the generation company, the MEPDCL, which is a which is the distribution company, the corporation, which is the distribution corporation, and the MEPTCL, which is the transmission corporation. The MD will be the same for all the four companies, which is the holding company and the three subsidiaries. The chairman of the holding company, which is the MECL, will be the power minister, who will be the non-executive chairman of the board. The chairman of the other three subsidiary companies will be the chief secretary or the additional chief secretary in charge power or the principal secretary in charge power. So this was one of the most important decisions today that was made in the cabinet. And this has been taken in light of the fact that in the past 50 years, the MECL has, or the corporation as a whole, which is during MECB time and during the MECL time, has been managed by officials from the state government who had multiple responsibilities. And hence, it was not possible to give the necessary time and energy to run the corporation in a proper manner. And hence, this decision has been taken in the larger and the best interest of overall restructuring and improving the overall performance of the MECL and its subsidiary companies and corporations. That is the first decision that was taken. The second decision that was taken was to regularize the lands that have been encroached by the public in Williamnagar Township. In 2002-2003, the decision was taken by the then cabinet to regularize and to have an agreement with the public who had been illegally occupying the land that was owned by the government. But from 2003 onwards till now, this decision was not implemented. Hence, the government of the day had decided to implement the decision for William Nagar, where two localities, namely Balshragatham and Warimagri, where approximately 1,200 houses are present and families are present. These two areas will be regularized, and government will sign a long-term lease with each of the occupants, where the ownership of the land will remain with the government, but a long-term lease will be signed with the occupants. The limit has been set at 10,000 square feet for each family, and the rate at which the land will be given, or the compensation, I'll just get the correct word, the rates that have been fixed for the settlement will be based on the GHADC classification, where for Warimagri, which is a first-class land, the price will be set at 2,50,000 rupees per biga, and Balshragatham settlement as second-class land at 1,87,500 bigas per biga. So therefore, obviously, since the land has been limited to 10,000 square feet per family, hence the amounts will be according to the land that's occupied by them. And of course, on a monthly basis, a fixed amount will also be taken from these families. Similarly, of course, like it's been done here, steps will be taken to also see, and areas of Tura town are also being surveyed as we speak, because a large number of areas have been illegally occupied, and steps are now being taken to do the survey and to move forward to figure out ways in which we're able to regularize these lands, where the ownership remains with the government, but a long-term lease in Tura also is done. And this, as I said, is being done in the larger interest to ensure that there is some kind of clarity. There's been too much of confusion and too much of fighting, too many cases, too many situations in the past, which we strongly feel as a government, these things cannot go on forever. So we need to, as a government and as a society, we need to find amicable solutions to these problems, and this is one step towards that. The third decision that has been taken was renaming of certain roads and villages. The list is very long, so I will ask my office to finally send them to you. There are about 25 of them. Well, all were not approved, but about 19 of them have been approved. If I read that out, it will be too long a list. So I will send the list of the roads that have been renamed. It was proposed by the renaming committee and passed by the cabinet today. We have also decided to amend the Meghalaya Minor Minerals Concession Rules 2016. The amendment is very simple, and the amendment, there will be another provision that will be added, which will read as quotes, provided that above mentioned restrictions shall not apply to river bed sand mining and river bed mining. Earlier, because of the non-clarity and because of certain provisions under the triple MCR, the permissions for sand mining were not being given by the different departments of the government. And now that after this decision has been made, there's going to be clarity, and the process of properly, legally giving necessary mining licenses or leases to individuals who wish to mine in the riverbed will be granted based on this particular amendment that has been made today. Apart from that, there were two very small decisions. One is the Meghalaya Protection for Interest of Depositors Financial Establishment Rules. As you know, that this is an act that has been passed and even the RBI has pushed, and basically this These are just the rules that are being put in place to ensure that the implementation of that particular act is put into place. It's a very long list of rules, but I think just the fact that the rules have been today passed is the important aspect. So the rules for the Meghalaya Protection of Interest of Depositors Financial Establishment Rules 2022 were passed, and another small amendment to the proposal to the Meghalaya Police Service Rules was made. Where it was proposed to amend the Schedule 1 of the MPSC Rules 1996 by increasing the number of posts in senior duty post from 21 to 24 and junior duty post from 75 to 102 by incorporating the newly created post. Comparative statement of the schedule is attached. And it is also proposed to do away with the fixing of the number of posts in the selection grade and the junior administrative grade so as to enable the officers to have served the minimum qualification years in the senior scale of 8 years and junior scale of 7 years to be promoted to the next higher grade non-functional.
Proposed the Umlinka water supply scheme amounting to about 12 plus crores, I can't exactly remember, 12.5 or 13 crores. And this was again under the NIDA scheme, which is under NABARD. And this project, because of certain guidelines from the Finance Ministry, Government of India, we are not able to take the project forward immediately. So there are some challenges because of which we were not able to get the sanction for the Umlinka water supply scheme under NIDA. But after the discussion we had with the Honorable Minister and your local MLA, and also discussions on how we could move forward, I'm happy to inform you that about a month back, I had a meeting with the PHA department. And we asked for all the locations that are not municipal areas and yet are not able to get the JJM requirements so that they can be included in JJM. So about 14, 15 or close to about 20 such locations had come up in the list, including Umlinka, because it comes under census town. And after detailed discussion, we took a decision that we will move the Government of India to allow non-municipal areas, including census towns, to be included under JJM. Necessary meeting was held at the Chief Secretary's level. This decision was endorsed. Accordingly, documents were sent. And just last week, I had a meeting, you must have seen on my Facebook page. I had a meeting with the Honorable Minister for Jal Shakti, under which JJM comes in. And I am happy to inform you that not only Umlinka, but all the other census towns that were earlier not included in JJM will now be included in JJM. So we will have the water supply, not just for Umlinka, but for all the other census towns also. So this is a great news for all of us, and especially for the people who were neither here, neither there. So you were not getting the schemes from the rural development also because of, and JJM because of guidelines, and yet you were not coming under the other schemes like Amrut and urban supply schemes, and you were not getting, you were stuck in limbo, as they say. But now that these clarifications and clarity is coming in, we will be able to, as I said, we will be rather. Already decision has been made and communicated to Delhi, and Delhi has also agreed, the Honourable Minister has agreed, and we will be having the Umlinka water supply scheme very soon. I hope that we'll be able to start the process. I'll discuss with Honourable MLA, and hopefully we'll be able to start the process of implementation also very, very soon.
UDP pendidikan merakti.
Daka hajar ngut ki pajba ki badai ki nong kesan bat nong elam bah kemat jong ubak sunshine makri ubadon mentaha kashatri jongko umsning constituency people's forum menta kesngi kila mi pajba ha ka general meeting kabala long hanong tumai umsning ban shimya karai na ki pajba na kanu ka parti kabaki kwa ba unya khun ha ka election sha ka yeng dor bar thau an ka jylla house name araja ar pulai Hakatei ke jingalang na kaliang kinong kersan ba kemat jong uba Sunshine Makri kila aya karai ba udai benyakun na ka United Democratic Party kumba hadu menta ka UDP kampat penbena tiket na umsning constituency. Hakaba na kaliang kinong kersan kila penpau ya ke jing sahun da ka bakira ya kikiti hakatei ke singi. Habakren hagatay kasngi na kaliang kinoy lamba kamat jangko umsning constituency People's Forum na do uba RB Shadap President bat kiwi kinoy lam kilapan pau ba katay kajing ya kendu lang hagatay kasngi kadai tang kinoy lam na unit baper ka umsning constituency ban shim ya katay karay ban penkre ru shat ya ke election ka banwan. Kumba kalong menta utai ukurtong udang don hakate ka kanhon UCPF bat kum kinong kersan barat ba kikwa aba unya kun naka parti ka bakampau haka jylla ka badan ru ya kanong rimbas kem bantrei naka benta kipat ba kila ong ru ba katei ka jingalang ka detang ka jingkwa ban shim ya karai na kinong elam bat kampa dei ka jingalang pat ba Henry kila penpau ya jing sau komen ka bakrau ban yoi ba ka sur jong kinong elam ka sawajam hakate gasngi bat klem ka jing artatin na kaliang kipat ba kila aya karai badi ban ya kun bait naka parti UDP lengba jong katei gasngi na kaliang kinong elam ki kermen scam ba ka parti UDP kan pai kemat sa uba Sunshine Makri naka benta ka tiket hakani ki election ka banwan ban ya kun na ka umsning constituency.
House nam arjar lai bat arjar pra Henry yang apat kana long batmai Henry ngamdu mensim ngayat baik ngatrishtom ngale ke iba dokam khamtam banyak berpinstonat ipa ban yo ka jingsinya ipa iba bat kitim jungahi ke itrishtom hadin katu kani pa how February khatrat ring nila yo ban form ya kani ka UCPF hangni po ka compound haka habang ila yo ban bu ya ka parents body nang tungis dang ka ban yo bu ya ka parents body hapa khatrat ufrai February arja apwe o arja apar nang tu pat ter nila yo ban form ya ki nila yo ban pepekha ya ka tanat jong ka women swing but youth wing haka santrik April arja apar te nang tu ter nila yan lakatu kani penai mentapat labun klik unit ngatrai i sekretari lapan pau ipi lapan yoi ipi ila ai ka details ba hadu kanung ila yat te nakleng jungahi nyimpat kut ninang yat kapor kanang bun ninang yat tandru penai kiwi ki ong saw penai hindai ngapat personil andru penai ila yat ndu Disember te kapor kanang don so andru nyo penai te ninang itri sutom arsya bat bakum baki kiran ki perlok juga mana bapin dewan sotrai ya kam tam kinong ki kam jungi badan huni ngaru ki polling booth bat ki unit ro bat kum juro hangni ki don ki perlok perjor ki bang padon ha ka polling booth dan ki unit ki badi po slong thau jungi ro ki lai don lang huni te nagliang junga hi ko bapin ya treshtom bapin treshitham bapin trejanai ba ngamroi ngamnom la ila ai Henry ka jingjia sinya jumpi ka jingjia teli jumpi ni la ban poi shu ka thong ka jing jumpi jongi ka shong hakti jumpi kinong kitkam itu briu hasnong athau man bang teli eki rim basnong ngane ki porlok ki berjor pornga rung hasnong thau man bang teli ki pepau bai bang adai manga candidate panikong bawan ha kanu snong 90% kadai ka kanu snong bang room nga David mga ukurtong batmay bawan te hang tu kalapau shay ba kaniga jinga sedang ro nila sedang ha pabiang por te bangir sedang ka jing biang ha ka por pabiang nila yo ka ni banlum Henry nginong kut kumni nginang treshtom nginang tre arsya laisya ban push ka thong pi kam tip kham ba pi ba badon ha polling booth badon ha unit berkum juro hangling idon hi ka circle jong ka moleng mokhan nila special dengan jing terpat jong vice president jong USPF iba Tibor te nakarpat ibi ba ninya trishtom bat inam du mensim bun ki perlok namar babling ong shilong ibi kata namar bun ki perlok ki ong nya ba pin ye sange no stempor hendai mata ki lai hato ma sange dam stempor ki bun ki badan jong ki ba penshoy ya ki nong kersan jungi ba Uba Sunshine Makri uji nak stempor te hendai mata kala pau sai banginong sange nin lebi ada berkut Tekumba penpau ki perlok ki nong kerjam jungi ba ide bat ka parti kini ka development kalau ambil lah hadin katu kan hadin lai sau toyo katu ka approach kami kamdi ba nanga hende ka jing trash tom jopi ki nong kam ka jing la jopi ban create ka air ka wave ka de barok ka jing trash tom jopi ba ka UDP ka lapik bat ka la kwa hi nakaliang joki ban ya tre te hende ni persiang nak liang jungi ban poi syata katong bar hoi ki prolog jungi ki la batai ba ki la perkat seni ba kamtam ki leaders jungi ki advisors ki badan khmat ka biang hi ya kani ka bynta ban yo ban le daga parti da kanu parti kamtam daga UDP nomor ba kum bi tip hi ni kum kutong simat hi ka simbol ka sitom nata pada ka nongrim do nimdan kum badan kiwi parti hendai hakani ga kenti mentah hobli sna orjar fulai nakaleng cingorong I shokya ya kata ka parti bat bangingi stem bangin poibet saka taka jinge enti jungi
Daki spangut ki pai ba kentup ru ye kineng elam jong ki seng sign per thei na ki chnong ba pher ka thain khaput jong ka jirang constituency manta ke sngi ki lali ban puni so yelede but ka National People's Party na ka banta ban pin klein ne ka party shuwa ka election chake yeng dorbar thau ain jong ka jylla ka ban long ha usnem araja ar fulai hakani ke sngi la sakhiru da ka jingnon lang u MLA ka jirang ba sostana sotun ba Victor Rani MDC ba Balawans Imyong president ke NPP jirang but ki riurang ba but ki nongelam ka party nakathan jirang lengba jong ka te ka jingwan pani so jong ki pait ba ha ka te ka sngi kanang penklan chu show ya ka party hajirang constituency ka balayo ru khamdu na vote ha ka election ka bledem habakren ha gate ke sngi na kaliang jong uba sostana sotun ulapan pa ko jing so kwen ka bakra banyo I beki pait ba ha gate ka tan kilas ngau tho halo ka jing trekam jong ka party NPP ulong ru bana kaliang jong ukumu MLA ulatrishi tom hakini ki south nem balale no klemshong thai banwan ra ye ki kampen roy bat ki jing kala hapo ka constituency hi baro ka we
I mo dang jong kikmat pasibun ki parlok jingi ki wan join sakan ki NPP aru mu itia okhomja dikom bor bisi halguri kapanurim de okhomya di kintu borokin okhomya di kong aru thik nai kijaba halguri ahe okhomya kintu bhagu jetia mane nutun ke jetia heri kotha patle khokuri nahe aste ke ahibo aru okhomya moi agote apnak dhonnobad jonaisu apnar etia upsthit
We are very proud of our late Sir P.S. Sangma, who has laid a very strong foundation for the National People's Party. And today, we are very proud, and we should be very proud, of our Sir Conrad K. Sangma, our Honorable Minister, our Honorable Chief Minister, the National President of the National People's Party, who is from day to day try to work and reach to the people not only in one area, not only in one constituency, to all the 60 constituencies of the state and to many other constituencies of the northeastern states. We are very proud of a national president, Sir Conrad K. Sangma, who is a man of principle, a man who can deliver. We know and we can witness for the last 4.5 years, many developmental works is going on, not only in our constituency, but in the whole of Meghalaya.
Ka office jong district sport officer Southwest Khasil district mentaka sengi kalayo ban pli perda ya ka lempung ye lekai kan jadbol balatip kum ka Southwest Khasil district level inter school Subrato Mukherjee Cup football tournament araja arwar hapo madan penden yauling do nonglang Southwest Khasil district ya ka nega lempung ye lekai kan jadbol la pli perda dau ba damang singkan district sport officer Southwest Khasil district haringkat ka jingadon lang kinong hikai school but kumjoru kin khna school kiblawan ban shimenta hakaniga lempung hakaniga Southwest Khasil district level inter school Subrato Mukherjee Cup football tournament araja arwar lawan ban shimenta hadu southway tiliki kenhon kata hapo ki bakhat newsnem jong kishin rang kidon khat new tiliki kenhon ki bahapo khat southnem jong kishin rang kidon khat lai tiliki kenhon but ki bahapo khat newsnem jong ki khna kan thei kidon khat ui tiliki kenhon
Lokap hamni hapo Mawphor di hakini kisni pin saki ya gini ki knock out matches ki bing lai pin baik na ka office di kumba pelatip ba ngidon gini ki match pen long ni ponong lang kini qualifying match pen long po mountain bat kumju kumba pen shai kin long ki semi final match pada hantai hapo MDSA artificial turf ground ke semi finals bat finals ka bakin long haka nrio ba ka nyo trik ina kaliang jonga district sports officer ngapriang sungoba iwe piwe ningonge igi schools ki be shementa markhan ke jing shementa khan ke jing snok ti jong ki school kani ka program nginum laban pulong nga priang subha yaki no hikai ki be wan lang ki be don lang back step ban sakhi kani opening ceremony ki no hikai jong ki schools bro atli ki ban yele kai ba ki no hikai ki be schools ki be don lang ni ki ban ya ai ka mensim ban ya kersian lang ya kani ka tournament nga priang subha ro igni ki members in press Southwest Khasil Hills district level inter school Subrato Cup kan clear lo mata kasi ngampwa banjong bankan gani kan jong ya gani ga jingkren jonga tinga kwa ban pinkut apa ong yakun bha I met but in same no kani ga knock out tournament mo tinga community but da pile ba hi pnyo ta so jingjia kaliang ga jonga ngapiang so bhai pi but ngarai ru ba kani ga Southwest Khasil Hills district level inter school Subrato Cup 2022 halni apa Mawphor kalapli Malaysia
te kumtong ila poi shakabukut jong kathup khubor sa shisen pan khuble shibon ye phi baro ta da hadu bengine shembyang khuble shibon